Hello, thank you for joining me today. My name is Shane Martin. I'm here to explain all about how to make eco-enzymes. Now, many people won't know what eco-enzymes are, so to explain that, I need to share a rather beautiful story with you. This is the story of a lady from Thailand. Her name is Dr. Rosokun. And she started this journey more than 40 years ago when she was investigating plants to be used for different things, really, for health benefits, for able to help on her farm, how to make fertilizers, biodynamic fertilizers, how to heal people with spraying on different cuts and wounds. So she worked with enzymes, experimenting with the life force of plants. A lot of people don't know what the life force of plants means, so allow me to explain that. Here I've got two leaves which come from the same tree. You'll notice one is brown and one is green. Would you say they are the same? We can see they're not the same. One has more life in it and one has less life in it. Well, what would happen if we could take the life force from the plant before it faded away and move it into the water? Encourage the life force to not fade away, but to move into the water and exist within the water. Well, that's what we do. Dr. Rosokun was able to achieve that, and she's able to use the life force of plants, fruits and vegetables and harness their power to create some amazing products which are fantastic for the earth, they're fantastic for our health, and they harm nothing. They're not a destructive exchange, like it doesn't kill anything, it doesn't burn anything, it doesn't destroy anything. What the enzymes do when they're applied for different uses is it changes them. Non-violent, they're like the passive changes of the natural world. So I'm going to show you how to make those. And then you can begin the journey yourself of where that will take you. Okay, so we begin. Now I'm going to physically show you how to make eco-enzyme at home. You need to travel this journey of the heart to make the enzymes to fully understand what's going on. And the best way to do that is to make them, go through the process of making them, and then use them throughout the home, and you'll discover the wondrous things that they can bring for the home, for the environment, for Mother Earth. Okay, first I'll explain. At Ma-Yothu Sanctuary, we're part of a network called Global Enzyme Network, established by Dr. Rosokun. It's now spread throughout more than 40 countries around the world. We have teams working with these enzymes to help the environment and to help them improve the planet. We're stewards of the planet. That's really who we are. What we're making today here is referred to as eco-enzymes, which is made from scraps and mainly waste from fruit scraps, can be vegetable scraps. We collect all the waste products, making sure there's no oil and no animal products. Put them in a container like this, and as we gather them, maybe after each meal, we'll move across to here, then we would add them to a drum which I prepared earlier. But before I show you the actual making process of that, there's a couple of important things everyone needs to know. One is the ratio. That means what parts of what that we combine together. Well, it's a ratio of 14, which consists of 10 parts fresh water, 1 part molasses. Now I'll show you molasses here. For those who are not familiar with molasses, this is what molasses looks like. It's actually the last pressing out of sugar cane. It has lots of the minerals in it and has a high sugar content. That's molasses. And then we use 3 parts vegetable and fruit scrap waste. Things like this, the skins or the whole fruit if you no longer need it, pears, potato peels, just about any vegetable scraps you can use. The broader the range of scraps, the better it is, because the broader the range of enzymes you introduce into your drum. Keep that in mind. If you can make a wider range of enzymes, the more diverse the capabilities of the drum itself. Now I'm going to take you here to the drum that I've chosen to make the enzymes with. It's a plastic drum because when the enzymes ferment, they create a bit of gas and expand. So if we have plastic, it has a capability to expand without cracking. We've done it in glass containers before, and we have unfortunately cracked some glass containers. So please go for food grade plastic. Now we choose a tub which has got a wide opening so that we can put the scraps in easily, and when we come to drain the scraps, we can get a ladle in to strain them and to utilise them. Another good thing about this particular drum is it has a scale here. It's very hard to see. You may be able to see over here where I've highlighted on the other drum with black texture. I've done the marks. So that's the drum we use, and you can get most of those from a hardware or a normal supplier of different drums. Now then it comes to what lid we need for these drums. We need to have a seal, because we want these drums to be airtight. We don't want bacteria, well, not so much bacteria, but we don't want different creatures crawling in there, because they're going to love the smell of all this fruit and vegetable. So we put the seal in the lid, like so, and then when we put it on, we can get a snug, well, it's not quite right, but you get the drift. Snug seal like this drum here. Very snug. Okay, so the simple process is 10 parts fresh water first, up to here. Then we tip the molasses in until it comes up to this level here. 10 parts, 1 part, and then we keep adding fruit and vegetables into the top of the drum. I'll show you like so. Keep adding it into the top of the drum until the water level comes up to the 3 parts. And then we know, because of displacement, that we have enough fruit and vegetable waste in there. So once this is established, and you can add to it over more than one day, if you don't have enough scraps in one day, you can keep adding it up till you get to the level required. Once you get to this level required, you move across and you can put a date on it. Because from this date, 3 months into the future, then your enzymes will be ready. So once you've reached the correct level, date it. 3 months later, the enzymes are ready for use. The longer you use the enzymes, the more refined they come and the stronger they become. So only use what you need and just let it continue fermenting for as long as you need. So we can seal that back up. Some things to know about the drums. When you store the drum, you need to keep it out of the sun. The sun is not good for the enzymes. A little bit of heat's okay, but we don't want direct sunlight because it interferes with a different fermentation process going on. Another thing to consider is with the drum is store it in a warm place, which just keeps the enzymes ticking over nicely and doing what they're meant to do. As the fruit breaks down, the enzymes are released into the water. That's what we want. We want the life force of the plants to move out of the waste into the water, because we're looking to use the life force. When we use it as a fertiliser, when we use it as a cleaning agent, when we use it for lots of different things, we're actually harvesting the life force. Very critical and a new way of looking at things realistically. The only other thing is try to keep it off the soil. The soil is actually cold, and definitely keep it off concrete. I normally like to store them on a couple of pieces of timber, out of the sun, in a sheltered area. And I leave it there until I'm ready to use it. When we're ready to use the enzymes, we take the lid off. We can dip a ladle in here of some description, then we can strain it, which I can show you at a later date. You can use it to strain it like t-shirt material, or what we call as a laundry bag or something like that. And as you tip it on, all the liquid will go through and you'll keep the vegetable waste. The liquid is your enzyme liquid. That's what we want to utilise in many different ways. What I will do, and I'm going to show you now, is I'm going to show you a number of different uses for the enzyme, but the discoveries and how many different uses they have, we're not even sure yet. There's so many wondrous things opening up every day about new uses for them. And we're exploring with many methods and many ideas. We hope, they take my breath away sometimes, how amazing they are. And you need to do the journey of actually making them and being involved and using the product and seeing for yourself how these wondrous things actually work. And when you have this knowledge and this understanding of them, you can pass this knowledge on almost as a legacy to your family, to your children. You're creating something which is good for the earth, you're using waste, and you're making a small difference to the planet every time you go down this path of making enzymes. It's a small bit we can do for Mother Earth and for nature. Thank you. Okay, so now after waiting 3 months for our enzymes to ferment and for the life force to come out of the fruit and vegetables, move into the water towards the molasses, the sugary solute, which it's now in, we come up and we have a product like this. Now this is one I've strained to get all the vegetable waste out of it, the little bits and pieces, and we have almost like a semi-clear liquid. Now I'm going to show you what we use this liquid for. Okay, well, I'd like to thank you for joining me today on this journey of enzymes, and we've shown you some of the uses and the fantastic results it can achieve. If you take enzymes into your life, you'll be doing the world a favour. The enzymes don't harm anything, they actually improve the environment when they're released into the environment. When they're released into the sinks and into the soil, they improve the soil. They make our life richer. But please, you need to do the journey to understand really the benefits and the beauty of these wonderful, wonderful things. Thank you for listening.